Dave here with the On My Ground YouTube channel. For the next 2 nights, I'm in this South Carolina swamp. I'm gonna be kayaking, hiking, fishing, camping, and trying to reach a place where Forrest Joe disappeared for almost 3 years. So places like this are pretty special to me because they feel a little bit like where I grew up in Southwest Mississippi, right on the Mississippi-Louisiana line, where the Mississippi River would flood behind my parents' house, and we could get out there in the boats and would fish and swim. And although not in Mississippi, this is in South Carolina. Forrest Joe was an enslaved man who escaped and disappeared into the swamps near the confluence of the Wateree and the Congaree Rivers. I wanted to experience the journey the same way they did. I'm getting out here a lot later than I would have liked. All those trees right there, that tells you how high the water gets here. It's summertime right now in the Congaree swamp, and this water's real low. It's probably only about a mile in here now, but the deeper I go, it gets super shallow. It's got me worried a little bit. So I ended up taking a detour, which brought me around here. You can see right over there, pretty good tree that's fallen over. So I had a portage come up right there, put the boat right there, dump it back in the creek. Well, I only managed to make about halfway down this creek right here. There was way more trees down, and this thing got way shallower than I thought it would be. So I got set up camp here for the night and make my way in the morning again. Gotta keep that close so the mosquitoes don't get in there, because they are everywhere. So I had every intention of cooking some red beans and rice tonight. But given all the trouble we've been through, the portages, those trees, how low the water was. Pause, hold the phone. Yeah, the water was pretty low and there were trees down, and I had to take the boat out a lot of times, but you wouldn't realize that from the footage I just showed you. That's because I lost one of my GoPros on that trip, and I didn't realize it till it was too late, and I was already halfway back to my house. So for your troubles, here's some footage of me cooking mac and cheese. Unpause in the morning because I gotta rethink this plan. If this works. I think you're supposed to actually microwave it, but no microwave way out here. Bon appetit. Not half bad. When I'm out here this deep in the woods, one of the things I really like to do is put these elements in my water. Not only because it replenishes your electrolytes, but like it gives the water some flavor, because that water out of the creek is pretty gross. So now I got some food in my belly. I brought 2 cameras with me. This one and this one. 2 game cameras. I'm gonna put them out around the campsite, see what visits us tonight. I'm gonna put the first one so the camp is right over there behind the camera. I'm gonna put this camera right here in this old cypress tree, pointing at the camp. We'll check in the morning and see what we get. So I'm gonna put the other one on the other side of the tent probably. So we're gonna put in the second one right here. So the tent is like right there, and then the camera is right here. Right there, looking towards the tent. So if anything comes around the tent tonight, we'll be able to see it. So we'll check in the morning. So this creek runs about 5 miles from the trailhead we put in down to the river, and then from the river it's another 10 miles to get to the Forrest Joe hideout. And I just don't think we're going to make it down this river in a timely fashion. So we're going to have to double back to the truck in the morning, come up with plan B. So I was walking around looking on the edge here this morning. You can see little deer. So you can see little deer tracks. Deer tracks here, that right there. Little deer track. A lot of times at night, these raccoons will run up and down these creek edges. Also those pigs, man, those wild pigs love areas like this. It helps them cool off, but all up in there, good pig sign. Last night was pretty rough. super hot here. And mosquitoes were getting the tent. And all back here, deer, pigs, all that kind of stuff. Like all back there. Roaming around, coming around the tent, all that. Probably got a few hours of sleep, but we just not getting through the day. So I'm gonna give me a little bit of coffee this morning. Picked up a bag of Pete's coffee from Publix this morning, yesterday morning, dark roast. So I'm out of my subscription coffee right now, so we'll try this and see how it works out. See how it tastes. Oh man, that's pretty good. I wish it was a little bit darker. Probably brewed it with too much water. I like it dark, real dark and strong. It's not terribly hot yet. It's muggy. I would guess it's probably in the 80s at this point. When I left the trailhead yesterday, it was probably between 95 and 100 degrees at 6 p.m. So it'll probably get that hot again today. So I just pulled the two trail cams. One was over there on this side of the tent. So the tent's right here. There's one trail cam right there. There's one right behind me. I got the two cards here. So let's see what was on there. See what was creeping around last night. 11 videos. Half of them probably me getting up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. Well, that might be a bust altogether. Pictures wouldn't even pull up. Let's check the next one. 19 videos on this one. Same thing. Might be a bad SD card, might be a bust on the reader. I'm not sure. Well, so much for that. Well, so I want to get back to the house Sunday night or Monday morning, one of the two. I'll put them in the computer and see what they got on them. There's only really like one or two ways to get down all the way down to the Forest Joe hideout. This was one of them. So my plan this morning is to get back on the creek, go back to where I started yesterday afternoon, get back to the truck, probably fish my way back that way, about a mile and a half, and then try to come up with plan B. So we locked and loaded, ready to go. Got the boat all packed up, gonna hit the creek. We'll just double check real quick and make sure we left no trace. Oh, a little bit of trash. Gotta make sure you get all of that trash up. Yep, that's it. Let's go. Portage right here. Pretty sure this is where I came in yesterday. Had the portage here, so I figured I'd get out, cross this little log over here, see if I can catch a fish. Because I really want to catch a fish in this little creek. Because when I get back to the truck, I'm not coming back to this creek, so really want to catch one here. Oh. Ought to have one. Yeah, that's a big can. Ooh. Oh, that's it. Got him. Dang, that's a big one. Oh my gosh. Look at this stud, baby. Oh my gosh. He's huge. That was pretty cool. That dude was big. Let him go though. This is my first time fishing in a South Carolina swamp, and it looks like an eel fish to me. It's a lot of fun to catch though. Looks like a big old catfish at first. So really glad I decided to stop here and do a little fishing. But I'm gonna jump back in the boat over here and mosey on up the creek. Walking the tightrope. I have no idea how deep it is right here. Could be foot, 2-3 feet. Probably not over your waist though. So if I fell in, I could probably still stand up. Whoa! Don't leave me. 1, 2, 3. Gar. So when I was coming in yesterday, I saw there's like this railing, or it looks like a railing, some kind of pseudo makeshift fence right over there. I wondered what that was, so I'm gonna stop right here and go check it out. Let's go see what it is. Yeah, nothing special. It's an old, like an old cable. I wonder what this used to be. It's not really marked or anything. There's no real trail here. But it looks like it's got something kind of roped off. A lot of times when you're walking through these woods, you see old fences. They had the cows or livestock or whatever it was. My guess is used to be a house or something right here one time. Oh, look at that. Wow. It's like growing straight through that tree right there. See that? Man, how long that's been there. That's Joker. All the way through the tree. Just kind of plays out. There it is. That's the end of it right there. See that right there? Could have been an old house right here one time before it got bought up by somebody else. Make my way back to the boat now. Still trying to catch one more fish before I make it back to the truck. Still haven't come up with plan B yet. We'll have to get to the Forrest Joe site. I bet you. That's the other end of it right there. I'm gonna be willing to bet somewhere way out there, or however far out there, there's an old foundation for a house or something like that. That's definitely not a fence to keep livestock in. So it's gotta be a fence for a house. So I haven't scouted it yet, but I believe there's a second way to get to the Forrest Joe hideout. I'm gonna go check that out. So this is definitely not where I was anticipating, but just drove down here and check it out. So this little creek right here actually ties into the Congaree, which is what I'm trying to get to. But it looks about as shallow as that first creek I was in this morning. And there's really no way to get your boat down here. Those banks are pretty steep right there. See those banks? How steep that is right there. I'm just not so sure this is going to work. I'll have to keep looking. Hey. Just got back out to the truck. I'm looking at the back and my that strap handle's come off right there. Guess I've been dragging that down the highway. No bueno. So for the second leg of the trip, I decided to come back to this trailhead right here. I basically had two options: float down the Congaree and then try to float back up it, or park right here, hike about 5 miles in, try to find the confluence, and then potentially set up camp there for the night. So I'm going to get my gear together, make my way in. So I got about 5 miles to go. It's about 2 o'clock now. I'm assuming it's going to take me several hours to get there. Pretty tough terrain there. Swamp, lowland area, floodplain, that kind of stuff. So with any luck, we'll make it before dark. Just come across a big old hog trap. Oh, you hear that? Hog's right over there. Hog trap right here. Hog trap to go in right there. Alarm goes off. Boom. Both those gates shut on them. They can't get out. The goal with those kind of things is to trap a whole family. Otherwise they just reproduce like rats. About 2 miles in this little hike. I see I'm take a little break. But in the summertime I'm fully clothed. These mosquitoes are horrendous. It's like you want to stop, but you don't want to stop because mosquitoes will pack you off. So I decided to drop my kit right there. I'll pick it up on the way back out. Because I probably won't end up staying here tonight because it's pretty early now. So I got time to make it to the hideout and come back and then camp back up that way closer to the road. So not far from where I dropped my bag, came across this old shed right here. It's like the tractor or equipment would have been right here. And smaller stuff like tools and whatnot would have been over there. Other than that roof sagging in right there, actually looking in pretty good shape. Not really dry rotted. The lumber's in good shape. That lumber, I mean that beam right there is definitely undersized. It's sagging. And that one's broke. It's got a knot in it, but well, it's good. So there's something else I forgot to do. Way back there by the truck, even before the truck, was fill a water bottle up. I've come across several little sloughs and little bayous and all that and go through the culverts, but still water's not very good. So no fresh water, no clean water till I get down to the river, which is probably another mile. I'll have to hold out till then. Just came across this old bridge here. Narrow bridge. Check that out. The stories it could tell. So Forrest Joe's old hideout should be right up here. Probably about another 500 yards. Well, got a problem here. Gotta wade this or turn around. Oh, see some pigs down there. I'm gonna try to sneak up on them. There we go, right there. I think Mr. Piggy led me astray. I don't see the end of the slough here. Ooh, there's his daddy. A whole bunch of them, like 10 of them. Mom and Daddy, 8 babies. All right, well, back to where I started. See if I can cross that fallen tree. Here we go. Oh wait, this joker feels rotten too. Oh goodness. Let's see how deep it is. In case I fall in. Not very deep. Not real deep, but I'm gonna be carrying a wet behind back to the truck. Made it. Whew. Made it. Gotta mark that real quick so I know where to come back across. Hard not to see why somebody trying to hide from their captors would choose this place. Check this out. And they're trying to get through here, find somebody who's also fighting for their freedom. This is it. This is where the infamous Forrest Joe have been hiding out in 1821, 2, and I think summer 3. So here's why I think Forrest Joe chose this spot. This direction here, looking at the confluence of the 2 rivers, faces southeast. That's the way towards Charleston. That's where his biggest threat was going to come from. So all he had to do was defend everything in front of him. If something was coming behind him, he would know it was coming, or it'd be really hard to get him from that way, unless you're a riverboat captain or something like that. Right, so it would have to be somebody coming from this way. So all you had to do was defend this side. And plus, it gave him access to go north or to go south to do his raids or get supplies or help or whatever. The way he eventually met his end, he got tricked. He did a lot of trade with the riverboat captain up and down these two rivers. That guy lured him out in the promise of trade, tricked him, the local militia got him, and that was it. But he stayed undetected for almost 3 years. So I've been listening to rumble for the last hour. So I'm making my way for it. I get rained on. And that wind is starting to get a little bit colder, a little bit faster and darker. Thunder's getting louder and closer. I think at this point the best I can do is get back to that little shed I found on the way in before I get rained on. Sounds like I might have lucked out with the rain. That thunder keeps going around me and getting quieter, so hopefully it's moving around me. I did find a shortcut to get back to the truck, but I still got to pick my pack up. That I dropped earlier. Hopefully it's still there. After 2 days of hiking, I'm making my way to the Congaree. I had to sit down and take me a little break. And now, headed back to the truck. Got about done a mile and a half. 5 o'clock now. Hopefully we got enough time to get back before dark. And I tell you what, being out here in the swamp for a couple of days, all by yourself, living primitive in a tent, mosquitoes, warm water from the creek, will make you really appreciate what we got now. Also really miss my kids. Man, they might annoy me sometimes, but I like those little jokers. They've been gone for a week. They've been in Mississippi for a week. So I'm excited to see them. Been sitting in the truck for 5 hours at 90 degrees to 100 degrees. I'm so thirsty, I'm about to crush it. That's all I got. Whoa. That's like drinking hot water. Whew, that's bad. So I spent the last several hours driving. I decided to drive halfway back home, surprise the kids in the morning. So in the morning I'm gonna get up early, so we'll see the kids. What's up, my girl?
Daddy, I want to see what Camp got.
I missed you, girl. Oh my goodness. Come here. Give me a big hug. Oh my goodness, I missed you.
I missed you.
Oh. All right, guys, if you like this video from the Unmarked Ground crew, make sure you
like and subscribe.
We'll catch you on the next one.